Okay, well, good morning, everyone. My name is Carol Ford, and I'm from the corporate office. I'm the Vice President of Sales and Customer Service, and I am so glad that you took the time to be on this webinar with us so that we can discuss some topics with you with regards to your Facebook group, you being the administrator of your Facebook group. First of all, let me just say thank you for all of the time and effort that I know you put into managing that group. We recognize that Facebook groups can really consume a lot of your time, and we understand that it often even tests your patience, right? But we also understand that Facebook groups can be a very powerful, powerful tool for ambassadors to come and stay equally informed, to learn from one another, to share their victories, and to even look for help. You know, how do you handle this with this customer? And what did you do when you were in this situation? And those kind of conversations that are very productive. So thank you for providing such a forum for the Regal ambassadors all across Canada through your group. This webinar is actually going to be recorded so that we can share it with all of the other Facebook group administrators as they come on board, and for those that couldn't be on today's webinar. And we'll also be posting it on the Regal Ambassadors Facebook group to keep everyone equally informed, to inform them of the standards that Regal has in place in order to have Facebook groups that carry the Regal trademark name. So having spoken with a number of individuals in the last week and expressed, our plans to do this, they were totally supportive and felt that it was something that was very valuable and definitely needed. So thank you for your support on that. And so let's move forward and have a look at what information we would like to share with you today. First of all, what is the purpose of this session? It really has two purposes. It's to partner with you, it's to show that we are in partnership with you as you are administrating a Facebook group. Secondly, we're coming together to provide you with some tips on how to effectively manage your Facebook group so that it is productive, so that it is effective, and so that it's not consuming your time and your energy. I'm going to cover the second point in a few minutes with you, but right now what we'd like to do, I'm going to do the first part with you with talking about a partnership and what are the standards, what are the conditions in place. But as far as tips and whatnot, we're going to have somebody share with you today who is an expert, in my opinion, and in many other people's opinion, in social media. I'm going to introduce you to our marketing director, Carolina Safiotti, who is really very, very talented and skilled in social media. She has been studying it and practicing it for many years now. And so I've asked Carolina to come and join us on this webinar today and share some tips with you on how you can make the best of your group and perhaps any other information that she'd like to share with you. She's not going to have time to share a whole lot of information with you at this time, but it will give you a really good taste of things that she will share in greater detail on a future webinar for all the Regal ambassadors. So Carolina, without further ado, over to you.
Thanks, Carol. Thanks for having me on today. And hello, everyone. Yes, I really love Facebook, and the potential for Facebook groups is huge. So I want to share a few tips for running a successful Facebook group. I've had the opportunity over the past few years to see firsthand what works and what doesn't work in Facebook groups. And it's interesting to see how just a few tweaks to what you are doing can make all the difference in your group, because building a Facebook group has a huge amount of benefits for you if you leverage its benefits effectively. Do you know that there is over 1 billion groups on Facebook? It is a mammoth social network to help you find and connect with your ideal customer for Regal, while at the same time providing you value. So here we go. Tip number 1, be present. Commit to giving your group members a piece of your time each and every day. I know it's not scalable, but building that relationship is one of the most important things you could ever do for your business. Those people not only become your raving fans, but they become lifelong customers and ambassadors who will sing your praises in the group to other members, and that social proof is huge for your business. Tip number 2, you set the tone. That's it. They always say the speed of the leader, the speed of the gang, and I truly take that to heart. You set the rules literally. You dictate the flow. You determine the level of engagement, the kind of engagement, the leadership, consistency, community, and content. No one else can do that but you. So what do you want to be known for in your group? Tip number 3, nurture and motivate your members. If you are not active in the group, most likely they won't be either. Take the time to get to know your members and to motivate them to take action. Treat the ladies and the men also in the group as you would your best friend. Keep it positive and support one another, but also be there to give constructive criticism when needed. It should be a place for your members, where your members can go to get real feedback quickly, and also feel the love and respect that you have for one another, and also to gain marketing ideas from others in the group. Tip number 4, establish expertise. Become a resource in your group. Become the expert of your products and company. Pride yourself on helping others and giving recommendations, tools, and positive advice to your team. Share your knowledge, get noticed, and be a resource without self-promotion. Be the change you wish to see. You know that quote by Gandhi, be the change you want to see in the world. Use your Facebook group to be helpful and give freely of yourself. You'll be rewarded in spades as the word gets out from other members. And lastly, tip number 5, the vibe of your group is so important. If people get in there and feel like there's negativity or people just don't care, they won't stick around. So you need to set your intentions for the kind of experience you want people to have whenever they're inside of your group. So no negativity. There's already so much negative in the world right now. People join groups to be inspired, motivated, and to learn things. To be a leader, and also to be a leader. Whatever you do with your content, make sure you're creating something of value for your group. Make it funny, interesting, or useful, not just annoying. And remember, if you can bring people together in a way that is encouraging and supportive, they will always remember you and your group as the reason they have that support system around them when things get rocky. So in closing, ask yourself, what do you want to be known as in your Facebook group? Remember, Facebook groups serve to strengthen communication, connections, and visibility, as well as help you grow your business. Groups also help you develop new ideas and relationships with your online community. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Carolina. That is great information. I was taking note myself, so thank you for sharing that. And I look forward to having you on a webinar sometime where you can get into a lot of the other details of how to use social media for building their Regal business. So thank you for taking the time to be with us today.
Thank you, Carol.
So folks, let's talk now about the other purpose of today's webinar. And please, please, please hear my heart. What I'm going to share with you, not everyone will receive it well, because we've had some resistance and we've had to take action on those that were resisting Regal taking any kind of action on their personal Facebook group. However, let me just preface the next part of this webinar with this. If you are carrying the trademark name Regal, it is our right, and in fact we would be at fault if we didn't protect the name of Regal. As you know, it is a name that is iconic. It's been around since 1928. It has a tremendous, tremendous reputation out there. You say Regal to anybody and you get a smile on their face. It's a warm, fuzzy feeling. And so we want to keep that reputation intact. We want to grow this new Regal in a very positive and strong way so that we are still serving customers and ambassadors in decades to come. So as I go forward and I share this information with you, please hear my heart. It is all about protecting the company. It's not about us wanting to silence anyone, and it's not about us wanting to control or to keep people from that freedom of speech. So having said that, let me move forward with what I'd like to share with you today. First of all, there are going to be conditions to owning a Facebook group that carries the trademark name of Regal. Why do we have those conditions? For the very reasons that I just expressed. to protect the name, but even further beyond that, it's to create the kind of environment that Carolina has just described for you. It is difficult to have an environment where people come and feel like there's warmth there and that there's support and that there's a safe environment to share their victories with others, when no sooner do they put something positive in the group that somebody else will post a negative, and that negative just brings down the whole spirit. So why have conditions? Because we want to protect your group as well as we want to protect the Regal name. So let's partner in this together. Let's make your Facebook group the most effective way that it can possibly be by implementing some of the conditions that you will be grateful for having. And hey, you can call us the bad guys. We implemented the conditions and you're just administering what it is that we require in order for you to carry the Regal name. So now, why would you want to carry the Regal name? You have a group, you're wanting to attract Regal ambassadors, and so you may even invite Regal customers to be a part of your group. Some have that. It gives a great opportunity to explain certain products, how they work, and highlight some of the products, talk about what people are really enjoying, all of those kind of wonderful positive things that customers can benefit from. So some people have set up Facebook groups specifically for their own customers so that they can have that ongoing conversations with them. And so why would we want you to have the Regal name? Well, of course, we want to promote the Regal name wide so that it's out there, continues to become a household name as we grow this even beyond where Regal has ever been. But why would you personally want that Regal name? Because when somebody goes in to do a search in Google or whatever browser they're using, whatever search engine they use, they will see more people coming to their group if there's the Regal name in it, because our people are looking specifically to become a part of conversations related to Regal home and gifts. And so that is a huge advantage of having the Regal name in your Facebook group name. Okay, moving forward, what are the benefits of being a member within such a group, within a group that we have approved as being a Facebook group using the Regal name? Well, first of all, it's a safe place to visit without the fear of getting discouraged by others who may be sharing negative information and information that could be criticizing individuals or product or the company or anything like that. So it's a place where they know they can come and it's safe and it's going to be all of the things that Carolina just explained. Okay, secondly, they're going to learn from others who are building successful businesses. You are at a disadvantage if your group is sending away the top leaders because they don't like the flavor of your group. That is a disservice to your members and a disservice to you when those leaders are leaving, or when, even worse, they're being stomped out because they are trying to steer things in a positive way. And so why is that a disadvantage to send them away or to not have them join you? Because they have valuable information on how they got to their success. And many people who are at certain levels, whether it's gold, platinum, or diamond, may have gotten there at some point but are not necessarily doing the business actively any longer. And yet because they have the status, you may have the impression that they have the ability to direct your members in the right way. And yet you need to look at the ones that are really still doing those numbers. Who are the ones that are really building in this new Regal in a very positive way, and how can you learn from them? That's what you want to give to your members. And then thirdly, you stay equally informed. When people are in a group like that that's specifically to Regal, you're staying equally informed about Regal items going on. When you become a part of a group that doesn't have the Regal name on it, quite often that admin will actually allow anybody and everybody to be a part of a group. They don't even need to be connected to Regal. And so you could have conversations about other companies in there, or you could have people who are steering you away, being negative about Regal as a company because their motive is to draw you over to their opportunity. Okay, so being in a safe, approved group keeps everybody equally informed about Regal specific items. It's an opportunity to share their victories and celebrate other people's victories. What a powerful tool that is, to be able to say, hey, I just sold my first, $500 order, and have everybody cheer you on and just really be there to support you. What a great feeling it is to know that you have that support team. Whoops, I went a little bit too fast. And the last one there as a benefit is you're enjoying a supportive environment that focuses on positive growth. As soon as you put something negative out there, it zaps not only all the energy out of the group conversation, but it starts to create, starts to create division among your members, because the natural human thing is to take sides. And as soon as you have a negative conversation going on, people will take sides, and you have division in your group. What are the consequences of being a member in an unapproved Facebook group? Now, a couple of groups did have our Regal name on it. I tried to talk with them in a very professional way to show them the benefits of having the Regal name in it, but they insisted on being able to have anybody that they wanted in their group, and they, as an admin, didn't see why they had to even be a Regal ambassador. And so, because we could not see eye to eye, they have chosen to remove the name Regal from their group. What are the consequences of you being a part of such a group? Number one, you're never sure how accurate the information will be on that group. Number two, you'll go from one drama to another, because the very same reasons why they are hesitant to follow our conditions are what create drama, and that will continue to pop up over and over, which is really wasting your time and your energy that could be spent in better ways. Number three, there's a lack of trust and a division among the members due to that free-for-all, speak whatever's on your heart. Okay, and as Carolina said, you never want to speak negative, and as I've already mentioned a number of times, however, that doesn't mean we don't want to hear those negatives. It doesn't mean that the corporate says keep those negatives to yourself. If you have any concerns, whether they're legitimate or not, we don't judge whether they're legitimate or not. If you have a concern, it's a real concern, and we want to hear it. How can we make difference? How can we make those changes if we don't know of them? And so, yes, we do want to hear from you. But as you've heard me say many times on the Regal Facebook groups, those are to be communicated to us privately. And you can do that by private messaging me or by emailing us at ambassadors@regal.ca. Now, how many companies give you that open door, that open? Really, I've been with many companies over the years, and many of them will give lip service to being partners and having an open door policy. But truly, how many are on Facebook with their distributors on a regular basis and addressing questions and providing them with information on a daily basis? And I'm not saying that to pat us on the back. I'm simply pointing out that we truly live partnership with you, and that's why we're implementing all of this. Number four, members' Regal businesses are hurt because their time and their energy is misplaced. I can vouch for this, okay? I have spent so many hours with regards to Facebook groups that were inappropriately being administered or not monitored properly or sufficiently, or allowing certain things to be posted. And top leaders have sent me screenshots of conversations that are going in those groups that I am not a part of, because they're concerned about Regal. They're not tattletales. They're not to be frowned upon. These are individuals who are doing exactly what each and every one of us should be doing, which is to protect Regal and to be able to see it grow, see it move forward. And so when we are spending a lot of time monitoring and babysitting, literally, these Facebook groups, whether it's you as an admin or us as corporate, we are using a lot of time and energy that we could be spending doing other things that will grow this company. Okay, so the same holds true of your members. If they're in that group that is allowing anything and everything, and they're engaging those conversations, Every minute that goes by that they're engaged in that is another minute that they could have been building their Regal business, that they could have been contacting customers, they could have been out there distributing catalogs, they could have been getting some tips from top leaders on how to enhance their businesses, all the things that would count for their business instead of being engaged in such conversations. And then number 5, people outside of Regal are giving you advice and they're influencing your views. Is that really where you want to get your coaching from? Okay, so here are the conditions that we have put together as corporate in order to partner with you in the Facebook groups. Having a Facebook group that carries the trademark name Regal needs to be seen as a privilege and not a right, okay? We can eliminate anyone who is not following these conditions. We can ask them to change their Facebook name and have done so that it doesn't include Regal. But you know, we don't like to be heavy-handed like that. We really want to partner with you. We really want to see you be as successful as you desire in your Regal business. And we certainly want to see this Regal business be more successful than it's ever been. And so let's see what the 5 items are. First of all, ensure that all conversations are professional and respectful at all times. Number 2, keep the spirit of friendly and unified. Number 3, what is appropriate to post or not? That's a good question. What is it? Staying within the realms of what we've already discussed on here, that gives you a really good idea of what is appropriate to post and what is not. I am sending you each an agreement that you need to read through and then sign and return to us in order to keep your Facebook group that has the Regal name in it, and we expand a little bit on each of these conditions so that you'll have an explanation of each of the 5. Number 4 is Regal corporate included in membership, and this is something that the owners have insisted on. They definitely want somebody from corporate in each of those groups who's able to go in there at any time and monitor what is going on. Now, we won't just, answer questions or answer to certain posts just for the sake of being involved. That's not what we do. That's not what our job contains. What we want to do is be there to support you. We want to be there to monitor. If you want the person who's part of your group who's corporate, if you want them engaged in the conversation, then just put their name, their full name, first and last name, as it shows on their Facebook name, and that will tag them, and they will know that they need to go to that group and answer the question or address whatever the conversation is, providing more information from a corporate point of view. Okay, so Regal corporate will be involved in each of the groups that carry the name of Regal. And number 5, all Facebook group administrators must be registered Regal ambassadors, and they must be in good standing with the company. Now, I'm sure that you would agree with me that all of these 5 are very reasonable conditions to have in place and will definitely keep things better monitored and better controlled than what we have been seeing in recent weeks. So, what is your responsibility as group admin? As the administrator of your group, you have the right to deny membership to anyone who is deemed in violation of the conditions that you place on your group or the conditions that we have placed on you. So if someone is in violation of those, here's what you do. Step 1, you have a private conversation with them to ensure that they understand what condition they have violated. Step number 2, if they continue to do that sort of violation, then the next step would be to have a private quote-unquote warning conversation where you are letting them know that, this is not acceptable behavior, this is not how we converse in our group, this is not how we conduct ourselves, and if I need to have a third conversation with you, I will need to delete you from the group. And then step number 3 is that you need to carry through with what you already had cautioned them about. Okay, you reserve the right to hide any posts that are in violation of the group conditions. If you see a conversation that has gone south, it's not going in the direction it should, you need to take the responsibility of hiding that post. And in fact, you need to delete it because sometimes in hiding it, it still shows up for some reason. And so you need to actually delete that. Okay. These professional conditions will keep your Facebook group functioning like a well-oiled machine. It will bring added value to your members, and it'll help develop personal skills as everyone learns from one another. It'll create that camaraderie that you built the group for anyway, and it'll keep the unity in the Regal team, whether they're your members or even people outside of that. When they know that you have a safe environment, the top leaders, everyone will have great respect for you as the administrator. And it will draw onlookers to be a part of Regal because they will see the great value of doing that, okay? So other individuals who might be sitting on the fence, they were former sales reps, but now they're seeing a whole different professional group conversation environment. They will now say, yeah, okay, this is the company I can get behind. And I know that there are many who are at top levels, who were at top levels with the previous Regal, who are sitting on the fence and who are keeping me informed of things that are going on. And I'm asking, why are you not on board? Why are you not signed on? And I repeatedly get the same answer. I'm waiting to see where this company goes. And what I'm seeing in this group is not the environment I want to be a part of. So there you go, group admins. That's something that we all need to be working on so that anybody and everybody who wants to build a successful business will want to be a part of Regal. So if you feel the need to terminate or deny someone's membership for violation, it is your responsibility to let us know at corporate, because we need to keep an eye on that person as well. Likewise, if we need to terminate someone, we will notify all of the group admins who have Facebook groups with the name Regal so that you can delete them from your group as well. Okay. Should you ever require assistance of any sort, whether it's to confirm that somebody is an ambassador or any other information that you feel you need in order to conduct your role as the group admin, my door is wide open. You can contact me anytime by private message, or you can email me. Okay. I am there for you, and I may not get back to you right away, but I will definitely get back to you. Okay. As Regal Corporate, Carolina, Howard, Fred, everybody at corporate office, we are here to support your efforts. We appreciate the time and the effort that you put into administrating a Facebook group, and we want to be here to support you. Having said that, I want to say to those who are going to be listening to this recording, if this sounds like so much fun to be a group admin and you're saying, yes, I need to open up a group, think again, okay? Because it is very time consuming, and my purpose of putting this out on the Facebook group page, the Regal Ambassadors page, is not to encourage you to open up groups. It is an encouragement of those that already have groups to have more effective groups. So if you do not have a group yet, become a part of one of the approved groups. Don't start up a new one. We don't need any more. We already have 2 that Regal monitors right from corporate, and now we have these others that will be approved by Regal to be legitimate groups, and there are some really good ones out there. So be a part of those. Don't start up a new one, okay? Just my recommendation to you. So here's something I wanted to announce. New Regal Facebook group. We do have the Regal Ambassadors, and we do have the Regal Leaders, and we have the Regal Home and Gifts. You would think that 3 would be enough. Well, we have been holding out on you. We've been holding one that I was waiting for the right time to introduce this, and just didn't feel that we had the right setup or the right timing on introducing it any sooner. Let me first of all explain what the other 3 are for, and then I'll tell you what this one here is going to be about. Okay, the Regal Home and Gifts Facebook group is an outside, for the public kind of group. Okay, it's for individuals who have bought from Regal, or maybe even they sold for Regal, and they're just wondering what's happening with this new Regal, and so they're not engaged yet, or they are engaged and they just want to stay informed. Okay, Facebook group is going to be monitored and administered by Carolina and her team in the marketing. They are going to be putting products up there, promoting products as they've been doing in the Regal Ambassador Facebook group, so that your customers are seeing those products, okay? Now you are going to want to make sure that all of your customers always know your contact information and your personal URL, your website, so that they can go there and order. But they're going to see these products. They're going to get other information that's going to entice them to go back and visit you. And we are always going to say, get in touch with your Regal Ambassador. Okay, and so we're not looking to grasp any of those leads for internal. We will always turn leads over to the ambassadors. Okay, so that's the first group. The second group, the Regal ambassadors, you all know you're on it. It's to keep you informed. It's to provide you with new documents and the webinar recordings and all those kind of information pieces that we like to keep you informed on and have easy access to. It's also an opportunity for you to converse about certain things. We'll post a topic of discussion and you can provide your input on that. And on Fridays, we open it up as Freedom Friday so that you can post whatever conversation you want to have. Now that group and any of our corporate groups are always needing to be positive. And so anybody who posts something that is a little bit off color or not appropriate to be posted to the masked group, I speak with them privately and indicate or explain why that is not the place or the time to express it, that I really do want to hear their concern and I deal with it privately with them. The other group is the Regal Leaders, and Regal Leaders Facebook group is for anyone who has achieved gold, platinum, and diamond levels. And you know what that's all about. You know the kind of things that we put there. That's exclusively for you leaders. Now, this group is called the Regal Chat. The one thing we have heard over and over again is, why can't we post on the other groups, the other Regal groups? Why can't we just post anything that we want to post? Up until now, it hasn't been a safe enough environment to do that. So we have held that from you, okay? And we recognize that you can do that on other groups, and we've allowed that. But again, we've learned that we can't let that go without some kind of monitoring either. However, now that we've come to this point, and now that this is recorded and everyone will be aware of the standards that we have, I'm going to test the grounds, okay? I'm going to introduce to you, whoops, sorry, I just went out of show mode here. Let me just go back to the last slide so that you get the link. Okay, so I'm introducing you to this new Regal group that we've been holding on to. It's like having your Freedom Friday every day of the week. It's going to be facebook.com/groups/Regal Chat. And that is going to be open for you to post conversations. There's going to be some very, well, not any stricter than the ones that we already have on the other Facebook groups that we have as corporate. And so it's going to be the same conditions, and we are definitely going to monitor, and we are definitely going to hold to those conditions. Why do I say that? Again, let me repeat, because I don't want anybody to misunderstand our intentions. It is to provide that safe environment that is going to be productive, informative, encouraging, and something that you're going to enjoy. Okay, you will not need to fear that it's going to be a time waster or that it's going to be a negative environment or that anybody is going to ever cause you to feel like you have to choose sides. Okay, so there you go. That will be started up as soon as this is posted on a Regal Ambassador Facebook group, this recording. We will open up that chat. You'll be able to request membership into that. Okay, so Carolina, any other comments from your side? Okay, I think she's in mute, but let me just see here. Okay, no, she does not have any other questions or comments to make, so thank you so much for your time. We look forward to partnering with you. Thank you for administrating in those Facebook groups that carry the name Regal. Have a great day, everyone.